You can add
Ellipses.
sass with anything. It all depends on how you read it, though. I was just saying it purely factual. Like, I'm not worried, even though they haven't responded. But that's beside the point. Whatever. People have lives.
There's a point?
Because you're very
There's a
consistent about
large
showing up,
amount
even
of
even though you don't
ellipses
respond.
in this
Okay.
in this conversation.
I
don't
overuse
know.
XD and ellipses.
In
just
a
way
devil
too much.
emoji? I mean, come on.
That is because of
on.
what you guys are gonna experience, depending on if we have a
Yeah, I
session.
know, that's different context, yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I've got all these different things laid out. I've used my whiteboard again, set it all up the way it was before, past 2 times when we haven't actually had the session.
Why did it sound like you said I abused my whiteboard again?
I don't know what I said, but I meant to say I have used my whiteboard, not abused. Are you streaming yet, Ray?
Be right back, guys.
Okay.
Take that as he's working on it.
I take that as a be right back, guys. That's what it is.
Yep. That's weird. My Discord is choosing to not show me cameras unless I specifically tell it I want to listen to the cameras.
Well, you know.
I can see you now.
Okay.
That's nice. Yeah, one of the days where I'm not feeling out of it completely, so I'll actually have my camera on today.
Awesome.
Most of the other times when we do D&D, it's just like I'm incredibly tired or just whatever else, sick.
Cool.
Today was the first day I've been able to shower since COVID quarantine. Well, I've been able to, it's just the first day I actually decided to.
You haven't showered since 2020?
Since my personal...
Oh, because you got... I see.
Wait, feeling better?
I never really felt bad. That's the thing.
I got some improved internet and I got a wired connection to it. There's still hiccups,
Nice.
but it should be more stable
I
as
didn't
far
know
as...
internet could hiccup.
Neither did I. But it should be more stable as far as being able to share screen and have my face cam at the same time, but I guess we'll see on that.
Just in time.
And I only ate a couple hours ago and I'm hungry again.
What did you eat?
I had some vegetables and burritos.
Excuse me.
Burritos should be filling.
Should be, yeah.
Unless you're...
A monkey.
Like Mickey Mouse?
Hmm?
What?
I'm not sure I follow the connection between burritos and Mickey Mouse.
I don't know.
Granted, I'm no expert at Mickey Mouse, so...
Me neither. I forgot to change over my D&D scene again.
Hey, we got a few minutes before Kat shows up. Or at least... who
Yeah,
knows how long we have.
Yeah, I'm not going to go live until we're ready. I don't want to say we're doing D&D and I'm in the background playing Minecraft.
I see. I think this warrants a call, right? Just to get an immediate response, hopefully.
She texted me and said that she'd be 5 minutes. I told her to text you because, like, why should she text me? But, okay.
You're
She's
her
gonna be 5
secretary.
minutes late.
Sounds good. At least we know. That's appreciated. But why wouldn't she respond to me? I've already been texting her, and she just doesn't respond to me. Oh well. Girls will be girls.
She just has your number blocked, clearly.
She hates me.
Are you even receiving my messages?
Why you didn't text me back?
The only reason she talks to you is so that she can talk to McKay, clearly.
Ouch.
Now that you moved out, you're pointless now.
Ouch. It's strangely accurate.
Yikes. My God.
I'm hearing all kinds of weird background noises from you, Ray.
That's my dad talking to my grandpa.
That's funny. They sound like they got a thick southern accent. That's all I can pick up about it.
Ah! You know what's hilarious is, I went to Walmart the other day, and this homeless lady was walking through the parking lot as I was talking to my dad, and she stops and says, "You know, you have a slight accent." I'm like, okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Not from around here, are you, bub?
Everybody has an accent.
This grocery store ain't big enough for the two of us. I was gifted a D30 the other day by a coworker just because he knows IDM and he didn't have a use for it.
30?
A D30. I didn't know they had these, but that's pretty cool. I don't know what I'm going to use it for in the context of D&D, considering you don't need one for anything as far as I know, but it's cool to have.
30. Wait.
Yes, add them up.
30.
Clearly, this is what the monsters are going to be rolling behind the scenes, and they're just going to hit you like 2/3 of the time instead of 1/3 of the time. It's going to be terrible.
Clearly.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Darn.
You could actually incorporate it into like bosses or something, where instead of rolling like a D20, they get to roll a D30 instead.
I thought about it, but I decided against that because of the statistics behind it. It's probably better to just do a D20 plus their modifier rather than a D30, because the D30 necessarily gives them way increased odds and reduces the odds of a critical failure, etc. So,
yeah,
whatever.
Does it?
It does, because a D30 has...
because there's more options.
Yeah.
I see.
It's a 1 in 30 chance of failing or getting a nat 30 versus a 1 in 20 chance.
I see. I see.
It also decreases the chance of getting a critical success.
Yeah.
Works both ways.
That is true. But pretty much you just gain 10 numbers onto the possible range, and all the numbers from 20 to 30 are pretty much going to hit you.
That's why you don't want to roll a D4 for your saving throws. Because it's more like a 50-50 whether or not you'll survive.
Yep. Did you guys like the other session where I had I rolled the death save behind the screen, so you didn't know how close Ray was to death? Or do you not like that? I saw that rule on like Reddit or something, and I was like,
yeah, no, I
like
heard that in places. It's an interesting one. We don't really have healing, so it doesn't get that effect of like, oh, I better make sure to heal them at the right away.
Yeah, you and Ananias don't have any healing. Mama Swizzle has some, right?
Has 3 different spells for healing.
Nice.
Which will never be used in this campaign.
Mama Swizzle will always die first.
I mean, I've used it once in the sewer.
Nice, true. Luckily, you've got 2 NPCs that have healing with you right now, so as long as they don't die, you've got an extra bonus heals as well.
Kill everyone!
Always a good plan.
Yes. Nothing can go wrong when everyone dies, right?
That's actually the thing I'm dreading most about this session, just having to run 5 extra NPCs in addition to nothing else. Yep, just 5 NPCs. Nothing else going to be in this castle. It's going to be so safe and happy.
He doesn't want to say much more.
listening to the cries of the damned in my ears as I wait in the visual aid. Cat!
Hello.
It's a cat.
It tried to call light as well when she joined.
Oops, sorry.
No worries.
That's just a Discord thing, whatever they coded it.
My bad.
Speaking of
It's just
Discord, doing
you
weird
click
things.
join the call. That's just how it works.
Well, welcome. Glad you're here, Kat. I'm very excited. This should be fun.
Yay!
And dragon.
Mhm.
They really need to stick to a format on Twitch.
What do you mean?
Well, there's Dungeons and Dragons using the and symbol, and then there's Dungeons and Dragons spelling out and.
Fair enough. So, I'm gonna be struggling just a little bit because 30 minutes before the session, I discovered my laptop has stopped typing. Like the keyboard's broken, so I have to plug in an external keyboard and anytime I want to do anything with my laptop. So that's gonna force me to get a new one soon. But I'm basically gonna have to switch my keyboard between my main PC and my laptop, and it'll be a little slow to track stats sometimes. But
Fair
if you can be patient with me, it
Patient,
should be fun.
but I'm not a doctor.
Kat, are you? Is Nova on your keyboard?
How
Yes,
did you know?
because of the typing.
Oh, is she
LOL.
typing?
Yes.
She's just sitting here. I can't see the screen.
It says lol. No. 25. 1.
What's she trying to communicate?
Nova was doing some interesting math equations. I've never seen somebody have 4 pluses in a row and add that to nothing.
I'm gonna try streaming at a different quality because it looks like it was already showing an exclamation point of "Oh no, I'm dying."
Oh no, I'm dying.
250 1111111111111.1 plus equals.
Cat, are you gonna show your camera?
Haha.
I'm gonna show my camera because I'm redoing my thing. Oh, it's a cat. Hello.
You should share
Wait,
your.
More
my-
than just on your stream.
Yeah, you should.
My
share.
camera's not
You're
working.
actually going to
It's
bless
because
us
you
with
have
your
OBS
actual
open
camera.
already, probably, Ray.
Fudge nuggets.
If you open your camera in Discord first and then open OBS or
Yep. That's the way
OBS,
to do it.
Yeah, it'll work.
How about I just disable my camera in all the other places?
Yeah, if you specifically hit disable on your camera in Slobs, you should be able to get it to come up in Discord. And then, I don't know, it's funky.
It is. funky.
Theoretically, you should also be able to go into your camera settings on Windows and disable the, allow apps to take exclusive control over this device, and then it should be able to work in both, but I've had limited results with that as well.
Right. Alright, let's see if that works. Okay, we're gonna have to restart Slops real quick.
Sounds good. I've missed seeing your face, Ray. It's been so long. Hey, there he is.
I've got a hood
Bless
too,
you.
Cat.
Bless you.
Bless you. I've got a hood too, Cat.
You can blend right in with the
Welcome.
cult. Alrighty. Well, I think we're ready to go. So,
Wait, where am I?
when we last left off our D&D campaign, all 4 of our people.
The sun sets on a new day and rises again in death.
Yes. Gosh darn it, my computer. 1 second.
Gosh dang your computer.
Yeah, it's just doing very dumb
Oh,
things.
EJ's rapping.
Not at all. What the heck? What
Am I
looking
watching
at?
now EJ being the only one on screen?
I'm trying to get it set up. I'm still working on it.
Oh, I'm just curious.
Okay, sorry about that. When we last left off our D&D campaign, Ananias, Qzeth, and Mom Swizzle had all made their way, along with Carmen, who's been Thanos snapped out of existence temporarily to be
Good.
kept safe. They all made their way to this mysterious location known only as Colville's Ash. It's an imposing structure made of black or craggy stones in the midst of a ash-filled wasteland with no life in sight. Not a plant, not an animal, not a voice, nothing to be heard except the wind blowing across the plains and kicking up dust and ash upon the world. Our party had decided that they were going to enter this extremely dangerous location that scares even Shadow, the Dragonborn that has been an integral member of Ananias' cult and has been leading this paltry group of survivors after their disastrous previous cult meeting.
Poultry, get it?
Gohan.
Oh,
That was pretty
nice
good.
guy.
Gohan was previously injured earlier this morning by an assassin that was trying to take his life in connection with some kind of criminal undertaking that Qzeth and his boss was asking for help with, and apparently then an assassin was sent to eliminate what little information had been leaked. But they defeated him, and Gohan suffered the price of not being able to speak at this moment due to an injury, which maybe he will heal, maybe will not. Then there are just a few other cult members, one of whom has not spoken, seems to be a rather quiet elderly gentleman. One is the maid from the Swinford mansion, and another was disguised as a male guard, but their disguise, made of some kind of rubber or plaster, seems to have flaked off at this point, revealing a woman underneath. And of course,
Yeah,
Shadow.
I think we hear you typing.
The end of the world.
And as Shadow begins leading you up the stairs of this large stone castle, you are overcome with a sense of foreboding as to what may lie ahead. This place feels cursed, cold, terrible. Mama Swizzle, you sense that nature in this place has been corrupted. On Ananias, you feel the weave being broken, sharp, painful to slip past, as the weave of magic itself has been weakened and broken beyond repair. Something in this place has gone severely wrong, and the entire countryside appears to have paid the price for it.
Interesting.
So, since this is your guys' adventure, I would enjoy if you would take the lead, but Shadow for now will be taking the lead because he has been here before. He approaches the steps and steps up them with bravery, but you can tell he's also overcome with trepidation.
Timid bravery.
Yeah, and he's also warned you to avoid and keep your eyes out for a symbol of two circles, or two lines through a circle on the ground, implying that there are many traps around and that they serve as a warning.
Will you give me like a little explanation on to what that would look like?
Sure, it's like
Not
a circle,
allowed.
and then there's like two lines through it.
Like what are those
Imagine
called?
an equal sign
Sports ball?
going
Like a
through a circle.
Like
a sports ball? Like a
basketball?
like a baseball?
Kind of. It's more like the lines go outside of the circle as well. They're like an equal sign, but here, it'd
Stab
be easier just to
two
draw it out.
arrows through a circle.
So say this is a circle, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's,
Okay.
Is
Does
that
it
not
curve
a circle?
like this? Do they curve like this?
No,
No.
they're lines.
Lines can freaking curve.
Not these ones. If you,
Yes, they
if
can!
someone says a line. Do you
I
expect
do.
it to be a curved line?
You
No.
didn't specify it was straight. Whoa. Hold up. Those lines are not equal length to each other. Are they supposed to be?
That was the
You would
intent.
assume that, wouldn't you?
What?
Something
They
like
are
that.
not right next to each other, guys.
I don't think
This
go all
has
the way
changed
through.
my entire understanding of this image.
You can take creative liberty. You can do whatever you want to if you're planning on drawing this. Anyway, there is a symbol, regardless of what it looks
but
like.
if the line is curved, it means it's safe, right?
He just said that if you see that symbol hidden somewhere or, you know, prominently placed, watch out for a trap, and it'll hopefully keep you safe. That's the extent
Type
of
of-
what you know at this point.
Trap designer just like puts symbols down in front of the traps.
Well,
It just kind of
employees
ruins the purpose of the trap.
of
doesn't it?
whatever this dude's place would know, whereas others may not.
Or they could just memorize where all the traps are.
So Shadow, hesitating once more, places his large, black gauntleted fist upon the wooden door and opens it. A lot of dust falls off of the rickety wooden door as it opens, causing a slight billow of ash and rock dust pebbles to scrape across the floor and fly towards you. Shadow steps forward, followed by the other cultist, and Ananias and Vextra and Gohan and Mama Swizzle and Qzeth and Abigail. Do. Good stuff.
DJ power.
As you enter, you're once again overwhelmed by just a sinking feeling in your chest. You feel like you're being watched, almost as though the walls themselves are alive, or this place is not alive, but whatever the opposite is. It just feels wrong
Dead?
somehow,
The opposite of alive is dead.
or undead.
Oh, that's what you meant.
So, Shadow steps forward cautiously, head on a swivel, kind of peeking around, sword drawn out in front of him as he begins examining the area, walking the once familiar courtyard of this place. Would anyone like to divert their path, explore elsewhere, or say anything?
What do we
Um,
see?
Around you, you see, well, you see a courtyard of.
Help, the walls are teleporting in and out. Ah, I'm losing
Yeah.
my mind.
Unfortunately, I built this too tall. This is a little slider of like the
Ah,
tallest thing.
ah.
There is more to the top of the tower, but when I get my camera too close, it just disappears.
Oh, you are
Yes, sir.
sure.
Yes.
I'm not seeing it. That's weird.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just has
Do you
to
need
I'm
me
load.
go back?
enjoying it. It's like huge. Very,
is-
very beautiful
it is
tower.
big.
that's built.
Spookacious.
Oh, okay, I see why. Well, this is gonna really change up how my setup is.
Well, I'll give you a second then.
No, I'm just not gonna go look.
Not gonna look at the stream or the share. That's fine.
Well,
But it's so worth
replay
it.
it.
You gotta understand how beautiful this is.
I'll take a real quick look.
You see deep gashes along one of these walls and a pile of stones below, as though some thing has knocked a bunch.
This is horrible.
What's horrible?
He's watching the stream,
His
and
stream
it's
right
like
now.
it's you can see the tab in 4 different windows, just cut off parts of it. But he could have just made it one capture.
Honestly, you could just share just your screen. Like, you don't even need all the.
Oh, okay, fine. We're gonna do that.
It's up to you. You made it a while ago. It's, it's your choice. Viewers wouldn't be able to see the stream. Also, you wouldn't be able to because you wouldn't be able to have it up.
Long story short, what you see is large piles of boulders and stones that have been knocked loose from the walls by some unknown forces, and parts of the wall that are collapsing, falling apart, while others remain strong. The courtyard is not moss covered, not, overgrown in any way. It's just forgotten and a little bit eroded and dusty, as though it's been left alone and has not been touched in many years. Well, not been touched by any human, at least. There are a
And-
couple...
It was touched by something that was really dusty.
It's a dust monster! Yes.
No!
All my plans are laid bare. Roll me perception.
Bears?
Anyone who cares.
I will roll. I'm rolling perception.
I care to.
This is my
Okay.
first time rolling.
In a while.
Perception? Oh, yeah, no.
It has
Oh.
been 7 weeks since I have gotten to roll a die.
Are you sure it's not more?
It honestly has been ever since me and Carmen left that dungeon where it caved in on us. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Mhm.
well,
When was that?
a long time ago. I
Was
don't
that at
even
the beginning of
remember.
summer?
I don't remember exactly when
It
that
was. It was at some
It
point
was,
during the
it
summer.
was
That might have been
definitely a
when-
completely different season.
Mm. Now we're in
Wait, is it
season
actually a different season from then? Oh, it is. Straight up, guys.
2. Yep, we have at least passed fall.
Have we?
Mhm.
Well,
Excuse-
I am happy to tell you that I might have seen something.
Might have. huh?
Pray tell, what was your role?
I'm trying to remember if my character sheet is on.
D&D Beyond.
Okay.
It's the
We have
campaign is
it
pinned.
pinned. You haven't even opened up your character sheet?
I haven't opened up my character sheet since
Same
since I
time.
last rolled my die. So it's been a while. Or maybe since I leveled up, which probably was also then. Okay,
Make sure
so
you
I
can
rolled a
level yourself
12. It is plus. Where's my wisdom? I guess it's +1, so 13. I might not see anything at all.
Okay. And
I got an at one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Ray, as
Mama
the-
Swizzle's too busy snuggling.
yeah, you're a little shorter than the rest. So as the cloud of dust and pebbles has fallen off of the door and kind of washed towards you in a wave, that foggy, dusty cloud just kind of like blew into your eyes, and you're like still rubbing dirt out of your eyes as the rest of the group is spotting this. QZ, did you also roll perception?
No, I did not roll because I was going to say that I am too focused on Mama Swizzle trying to like get like a rope around her because she let go of the rope that I had agreed with her that she would hold.
But
Sure.
I'm holding on to.
So
Yes.
actually, if you want to, the
I
net
mean,
one
I'm
could
still-
be because there's a rope around you
I'm
now,
still
and it
kind of like.
distracted you so much.
You asked me what I'm doing. I'm hanging my head in like sadness, and I look up. I look around. No, just a quick glance. You know, I like anything. Is Carmen here? No.
No,
Okay.
Carmen is not here.
Do I see
Imagine
any
that though. It's
circles
just
with
like,
weird
oh,
lines in them
No,
that he
just
drew
brought
on the
here.
ground?
luckily, you do not at the current exact moment. But what you do see as you're kind of glancing around this courtyard, and you'll step a little bit forward, assuming that
Wait.
you do, is you see the central tower in the middle of the courtyard here, out in front of you, up above as you glance. You, Ananias, I guess you're the only one who's really paying attention to this.
Wait, EJ, zoom out. Zoom out.
Okay.
Zoom out. Little did we know
Zoom in,
the
yes.
entire castle was in the shape of a circle with 2 lines through it. It's indeed the castle. No!
The entire
You walked
thing was a
straight in.
trap.
That's hilarious.
But seriously, what you see is the side of the castle, or the side of the central tower that's been kind of blasted outward. You see large gashes, like kind of carved into it, as though, you know, claw marks perhaps, or some large weapon scraping against the outer, particularly the lower part of this blasted out portion of the door. And also you might notice just some faint disturbances, not really noticeable maybe as footprints, but possibly, it's hard to tell. Some kind of disturbance in the, in the dust
Sense of disturbance
off
in
to the
the
right
force.
from where you're currently looking.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do?
I
Mama
don't even
Swizzle.
bat an eye. I start walking forwards.
Mama
Okey-dokey.
Swizzle sticks with Ananias and tries to take the rope away from her.
Pulling QZ forward as well, I assume.
Yes.
Uh,
You guys, we need to wait. Shadow knows this area way better than us. We'll split up later, but for now, let's stick together.
Shh! I hiss at him.
That was a hiss?
Yes, I
It sounded like
hiss.
a shush.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shush. I hissed a shush at
A
him. I said
shish.
shush.
It's a shish. It's shish.
Shush.
you just see Shadow kind of like grit his teeth and like just kind of glare at you with a side eye, and
Me?
Or
just everyone in general who is talking and
the you,
bickering.
the general you.
And
I
he-
shushed them.
He places his hand on this large carved dragonborn statue, and you see like a slight green glow kind of wash over his body and seem to drain out of his body through his hand, and he grows 3 feet taller, becoming a 9-foot tall dragonborn, as though he was enchanted, perhaps to be less noticeable before.
Mama Swizzle.
He
Oh,
just
Shadow.
claps his hands. He doesn't even bother giving an explanation. He just shrugs.
Do I hear anything to the right?
You hear nothing. There is
Do I hear
silence.
anything to the left?
There is silence everywhere except for where you guys' feet are wrestling against the ground, other than the wind kind of wrestling past the crags of the rocks and in and out of the holes of the castle.
Again, I can't see above me. My hood is draped up. So keep in mind whenever I make a perception check to exclude that portion.
Sure.
Just
So if there is any circles with lines on them on the ceiling, I will miss them.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna
Stay-
continue walking forward. I'm still hanging my head a bit. I'm not feeling great. However, I'm starting to feel a little bit of excitement to be in a new place. The feeling of the broken weave has me curious, and curiosity killed the cat, you know.
Mhm. As you approach the central tower, you note that it grows much stronger. The disturbance feels more like this is the source near the central
Is it an
tower.
icky feeling,
It
or is it
feels
like a stabbing?
It's
is
terrible.
It burny?
It feels like sandpaper is underneath her skin at this point.
And is it just Ananias that feels it? No, right? Everybody feels it.
Everyone feels kind of a weighty,
Pressure.
yeah, like a something's wrong kind of feeling in your chest, but Mama Swizzle is in tune with nature and kind of feels the death and lack of all life in this area, as though it's been systematically expunged and there's no trace of any fey magic, any life, any good energy at all. It's just all been replaced with
No good vibes. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Ananias is more in tune with the actual fabric of magic, which has also been corrupted. Shadow kind of warns as you're drawing closer to the tower. Stay away from the walls as much as you can, and try to keep your voices down, just in case.
Mama Swizzle.
What would the walls do? What would the walls do? Shadow. Shadow, what would the walls do? What are the walls gonna do to us? Shadow. Shadow.
They have ears, they have eyes, they have hatred.
Oh, but they don't
Watch your
have mouths,
backs.
so the walls can't.
I
talk.
sign to the freaking strawberry goose.
I'm
in
not
thieves
strawberry
can't.
now.
Shut
Yeah,
the
thieves can't.
up.
You don't know I know thieves can.
Well, she's trying it.
I'll correct her grammar slightly and I'll sign back.
Oh my! How do you correct grammar
I
with
will
sign language?
flip him off.
Okay. You see
Oh my
Vextra's
God.
eyes kind of like laugh as though she's trying to hold back a laugh. Her slitted eyes, almost like
Okay.
a reptile, kind of glitter in the faint,
Yeah.
cloudy light.
How is my injured friend doing, though?
He's still
he
holding
is-
on. He has drawn his weapon.
Oh,
a-
smart.
a
I should probably
glaive.
do that as well. I don't have a
And-
weapon, though.
Yeah, he's drawn his glaive, and he's just kind of,
Okay.
you know, holding it at the ready as he's coming behind you. He's managed to tie his bandage around his neck so that he doesn't need to keep a hand on it at all times. But you can tell he's on edge, disgruntled, and doesn't feel prepared for whatever he's getting himself into here.
Okay. Are we continuing on into the tower?
What did he say about the walls?
He just said
Don't
avoid
touch them.
Avoid
They have ears and eyes, but no mouths.
them? Okay, then I'm gonna ask him in Thieves' Cant.
What are you asking him?
What about the walls? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
So you're asking just more details about the walls?
I say, why can't we touch the walls?
I already asked that.
Oh wait.
Yes,
so,
I know, he didn't reply.
So he saw Qzeth respond in Thieves' Cant, so he knows that you know Thieves' Cant at this point. Qzeth, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. I gave it away.
He will just he'll just sign danger.
He just doesn't want to tell me specifically. How disappointing.
Well, no. He's that's not why. You're
It's
asking
too
for
difficult
more.
to explain.
QZ feels that way.
He just says Colville,
Okay.
vile.
Yeah.
Yet
Bad
lives.
things. Just bad.
I'm going to- The area where I feel the disturbance, is there a wall between me and it?
Yes, the central tower itself.
But I thought there was an opening in it.
There is an opening a couple stories up. I couldn't make this to scale because I was already running out of vertical space, but imagine this is, about maybe, I forgot what I said, a quarter of the way up the tower. So this is like at least 30, 40 feet up above the ground where the actual crater is in the wall.
Entrances. Yeah.
There is a door, however, on the ground floor.
But it might
But
be locked.
It does seem to be kind of like slightly off its hinges.
Is there any of the symbol on the tower or the door?
You do see one on the door, on like the door frame. Just very small, carved into the wood, that symbol.
Alrighty. Qzeth is going to let it be known. And he's going to say, everyone, there's one of those symbols Shadow was mentioning that on the door, just in case you weren't aware. I just saw it. Just
Where?
it'd be good. Right on the door, on the frame.
What door?
In front of you?
I'm facing you.
Turn behind you. You did turn around, but it was. I'm sorry, you just didn't. I thought it was.
The hood confused you?
Are you speaking out loud or in Thieves' Cant here?
No, out loud.
Shadow just seems more annoyed. He just turns and starts traveling in this direction, leaving you behind.
Okay, is
Okay, I
there
guess we're
stairs that he's headed
splitting up.
towards?
Yes.
Where is the... I avoid the danger symbol and I walk down a straight path towards the stairs.
I'm
Are you-
still holding on to her coattail.
I can't see. Okay. Alright, tell me where you'd like to go, Ananias. I can give you a view of whatever you would like to see. There's
So
stairs
which
over
way's
here.
north?
Heck if I know. Apparently, it says this way is north.
Okay, which way? This way?
I would
I'd
like to head
disagree.
directly
This
east.
just happens to be okay. Sure. Blah. All right. So you begin heading this direction. Mama Swizzle kind of holding onto your coattails. QZ, are you still trying to cling to Mama Swizzle's rope, or?
No, usually he slowly just releases Mama Swizzle, decides that he's best off watching after
Gohan?
name's blanking on. Yeah, go on.
Aye
I knew it was G, and I was like, not Gusto. That's my character.
aye. Nusto, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on. So yeah, I'll continue to stick by Gohan instead.
Okie dokie. So, Ananias, where would you like to go?
I'm going up the stairs.
Up these stairs? Aye aye.
The grandmother's house we go.
Stop at the first step. Let me analyze the wall,
Okie dokie.
as well as the steps. Do I see any of the symbol?
It doesn't appear to be any symbols as you take a cursory glance around.
Okay. Are the steps solid? Are they actually stone?
They are stone
No, they're actually
steps.
liquid.
They are well made. Yeah. There's
Okay,
nothing
I walk up them.
How
particularly.
you doing, Seb? You doing good, buddy?
All right. Well, you have to
Hope you're
swim
having a
up
great
these
day.
steps because they actually weren't solid.
Okay. Shadow seems to be heading
Uh.
towards a door elsewhere. So we'll have his cronies follow him. So I
Okay.
have fewer NPCs to deal with. Yay.
QZ gets to, so they're splitting up now. Ananias and Mama Swizz are going upstairs, whereas
I thought you were still
Shadow's
hanging on
going a
Mama
different
Swizzle's
way.
rope.
No, I just said that I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But are they splitting up? Is Shadow going a different way than Ananias?
For the
Yes.
moment, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, QZ's going to look at that and he's going to follow Ananias with Gohan.
Okie dokie. So, as you guys make your way up these stairs, you see a door at the end of the... Okay, maybe I lied. Doesn't look like there is a door, actually. It's just goes up to little area.
Imagine there's a door.
I see pillars,
You
Yeah,
like-
and as I go up, I can see around the pillars. What do I see around the pillars?
You see a room
Pillars.
that looks like it's kind of a lackluster watchtower of some kind. There's just a couple items strewn about, but it seems mostly barren, as though guards perhaps were chilling out here with a bottle of mead and a potion of health, and just a few rudimentary tools here and there kind of strewn about, but it's really kind of nothing of interest in this room, and it's got a view through the eye holes out to the tower or the bridge below.
Mm.
And there's a
Interesting.
door to either side leading to a tower and a small set of stairs. I take it
I would-
Kuzith would also like to vision that.
Yes, I'm gonna, as QC walks up behind me, I'm gonna step into the room and walk across it, walk close by the table.
Mhm.
What's on the table?
Looks like a potion of health and a half-drunk bottle of mead.
I'm gonna grab
very,
both.
Very old mead that's like practically dust.
I'm gonna grab both.
Okay.
I'm going to open the mead
Mhm.
and take a drink.
It is not even liquid anymore. It's essentially just crusty bits of yeah, just bad
I'm gonna cough it
flavor.
up.
Yeah, it's
Mama Swizzle's
rancid.
patting her back.
For the viewers who don't know, she has a bad, or they have a bad habit of drinking every liquid they've come across.
And sometimes bottling it.
Qzith walks
Do
up
I
to
have any more of
Gohan,
that?
and
Do you
he-
know?
You do have some of that potion that made you shrink, and you do have some mysterious gas in a water skin.
Oh, I forgot
Um,
about that.
It's mysterious white
Qzith
gas.
sees what is likely a potion of healing and says, Ananias, or actually, do I still not know your name?
You've learned it, I believe.
I've learned it. Okay. Ananias. Is that a potion of healing? It would, if it is, it would be really helpful for Gohan here to have that. I don't know if you've noticed, but he kind of has a hole in his neck.
I'm going to look at Gohan. Is there a hole in his neck?
He's got a bloody bandage over top of his neck.
I'm going to gesture him forward.
He just kind of walks forward, leaning down slightly for you to examine.
I'm going to grab off of his neck,
Oh,
unbandage it.
Immediately
Oh,
as
that
you
could kill him.
immediately as you take this like blood-soaked brownish cloth away from his neck, there's just a gushing stream of
No,
blood coming down
QC's
his
not
head.
going to let her take it off. No.
Mhm.
Like you
Apparently he
reach-
let me.
You reach
I'm
and
gonna
s-
pour the
No,
health
no, no,
potion
no, no.
directly onto his cut.
What?
Okay, if you're gonna try to stop her before she can do this, then I'll have you make opposing decks.
Yeah, no, I just I'm wondering how much I trust you. Wondering how much Gohan trusts you as well. I don't know. Gohan can fend for himself. If he wouldn't consent, he would stop you. So I'll have the confidence.
I'm not gonna put all at once because I'm convinced it's gonna burn. I'm gonna just put a few drops at first, and then slowly add a little more on top,
Is this
directly
the
into
fizzy
his.
one or is this the burning one? Is this gonna make the bubbles or is it gonna sting?
As soon as you you yank the bandage away, he immediately presses both hands to, like, he drops his weapon and presses both hands to his neck and seems a little perturbed that that particular course of action was applied, and then you just begin pouring drips around his fingers, and it slowly begins to wash away some of the blood, and it seems to be lessening the flow, but it's not fully fixing it. Using it in this particular way doesn't seem like this is the intended use of a health potion.
Like it would go by the neck if he drank it.
okay.
Oh, you're
now-
right. Okay, then I'll let him drink it.
Once there wasn't enough for him to actually fully heal because of that.
He just snatches it and pops the cork, smelling it after what happened with you and the other liquid, and he downs it, and you hear him sputter and manage to cough out as though his vocal cords are sounding slightly more functional, and he goes, "Thank you." Ugh.
Whoa, Gusteau, you have such a better bass now. You should you should join a quartet.
Did you just call me Gusteau?
Oh crap! Go on, go on.
Gusto. Okay,
Just where my
I
mind's
am going
at,
to
you know?
walk to the door. And do I detect any magic from it? What is this door? Normal door?
Could I have everyone roll me perception? Also, which door are you looking at? The east or the west?
Door with stairs going up to it.
Okay.
Does
Got a
Ananias
critical
remember
success.
that I can detect magic? I've got a. What am I rolling?
Perception.
I can physically detect the magic. I can
Oh, fair enough.
see. I can feel.
Fair
I
enough.
can-
14.
Vibe with it.
Fine.
I got a critical success at 24.
Nice. Okay.
I got a 18 plus 1, so a 19. So he's better than I.
Okay.
I
What'd
got
you
a
get?
14.
14? Okay.
Yeah.
Mama Swizzle,
7
you
plus
do
7.
not notice anything. But as Ananias and Qzith and everyone are moving towards the door here, you notice in the other corner, just, briefly in the shadows of the room, you catch a glimpse of, you know, something movement in the shadows. But then
Can
when
I
you look,
react to that?
you don't see it, Mama Swizzle. Only the other two do.
Oh, okay.
Gohan also doesn't seem to react. But yeah, you catch movement out of the corner of your eye, but when you turn to actually like look proper, swimming in the shadows, you just see nothing.
I glance at Ananias to see if she glances at me.
I'm too busy looking at the direction of where I saw the movement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just by the
Um,
ballista there was something, but now there's not.
Mama Swizzle?
do we need torchlight in order to see in here?
It is dim because the only light is coming from the cloudy sky. However, there is a grate on this particular wall, and it's open to the sky. So and plus there's a big hole in the roof, as though something has kind of crashed past and knocked several of the
Okay.
stones loose. So there's a fair amount of light
But
in here.
yeah, obviously to see further into the shadows, we would.
Yeah, well,
I'd like
you can
to.
see clearly there is nothing there, even though, you know, it's
Oh.
a little darker in that area.
But like, okay. I don't know. I feel like either way, QZ kind of wants to light a torch to like make certain.
Sure. Yeah, you can light up a torch and walk over here, and as your light plays across these objects, you still do not see anything of note. Well,
Okay,
other than
I'm
the
going
arrows.
to push open the door. Please don't let it be a pole door.
We will find out.
So
It's a
embarrassing.
push
No,
door!
babe.
Oh, phew.
You find yourself on a catwalk outside, open to the sky once again.
I'm still following Ananias.
Okie dokie.
I in a whispered shout say, "Oh, remember to keep an eye out for those symbols. You're moving so quickly."
Alright, Mr.
I'm
Worry.
keeping
Mama
an eye
Swizzle
out for
just
the
dismisses.
symbols. I look around for the symbols.
At this moment, you do not see any. There are none on this area, it seems. Okay. What now?
Awesome. Then can I look down the steps here?
It leads back down to the central courtyard that you were in before. Or
Okay,
actually,
I'm not gonna walk down yet.
looks like, yeah, it just leads back down to where you were before, in a little curly queue.
Is there a door
Lovely.
to my right?
There is, right over here.
Mama Swizzle goes straight to the door
Okay.
and tries to open it in a rush.
Okay. Trying to get yourself killed as always, Ray.
This is why I wanted to do the rope thing.
You're so right. It's very necessary. So Mama Swizzle, you open the door, and you see inside to one of these towers on the corner of the overall building. What would you guys like to do?
What's in the towers?
Well, you see what looks
You'd
like
have
a
to walk
storeroom of a bunch of spoiled resources, like food and barrels of some unknown substance. Just bags upon bags of...
More
Oh.
dust you can drink.
Yeah. There does not seem to be any indication that animals have gotten into this, but it's just very, very old and kind of rotten sacks of barley and wheat and rye, etc. Just general resources that would have been used for supplying a fair
Some
number of
celery that they clearly bought to make tuna salad, but they had leftovers.
Some
They
cabbages,
didn't know what to do with
just to make
it, so
that
they
an-
just
that
kind of
much
like
angry.
left it in the fridge. But obviously, like, you know, you're never gonna have any use for that celery because nobody eats celery by itself.
I do.
All right.
Really, complete. You don't dip it
I'm
in
gonna
anything.
head back towards the door I saw Gohan go through, or not Gohan. To the door I saw Shadow go through, and I'm gonna follow the exact way I walked up here.
Okay, so
Back
you're
through
gonna...
Goes back.
You're gonna
Retrace
go-
my steps.
Okay.
Just gonna walk back.
Okay. Mama Swizzle, are you going to proceed with your current course of action, or are you going to...
I think Mama Swizzle got a little distracted. She wanted to check out the barrels.
Okay. Yep, you enter this room. It doesn't seem that there are any traps in this room as well. And, you want to open up the barrels, or...
Yeah,
Try
she's
a
gonna
cork off.
open up the barrels.
You.
Um,
Oh, is that a staircase going up the?
It is.
Oh.
Yeah. Those are bones, but they don't have
yeah.
to really be bones.
Oh, okay.
They can be.
Staircase of skeletons. Freaky.
Ah! Thank you, game. You are very.
Help! Ah! The walls.
You open up this barrel, like kind of prying off the top with your little talons, and as the top, it's very difficult to pry the top off, and it just kind of crumbles. The wood kind of flakes off into different planks in your hand as you splinter it apart. And
No, Mama
the
says feels
top
so strong.
the top bit of it just seems to be the same kind of dusty goop that Ananias found in that bottle. But there's a rancid smell as though it hasn't, fully finished dustifying in this one.
Ew.
There is some kind of liquid remaining in this, and there's a process that is not yet complete. It is a noxious scent that completely envelops the room the moment you open it.
Ooh.
Huzeth was kind of standing outside the doorway and hearing this. He's like, Mama Swizzle, we're Ananias is going back. Come on.
Mama Swizzle points at the staircase. Mama Swizzle!
Well, we'll meet back up with the others, or at least grab Ananias, and we can investigate that later, okay, Mama Swizzle?
Mama Swizzle.
We'll remember it, don't worry.
Mama Swizzle. She just gives in to your demand.
Okay. Do you do this pretty immediately after Ananias turns?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So I will have you guys catch up then. Give me just a moment to figure out where they have gone. One thing I don't like about
Already
this program
dead.
is how difficult
They're already dead.
how difficult it is to actually move things around.
It looks like a pain.
Yeah, it tries to be helpful and like automatically hide and remove things for you like that. I didn't move the camera; it just decided to move things, so it's being kind of a butt. And I have to move each person individually, and they can't go through walls. Okay, I guess she's up there now. It's just a pain. So for now, let's just let me just hide these people. They're just gonna be gone. they're still gonna be there. They're just gonna be invisible for now, so I don't have to bother moving them everywhere.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So feedback for the people. It's still an alpha. There's Shadow. I'll just have him be in a different place at this moment. So yeah, I do know where he is, but yeah. Ananias, you find your way to the door that he went in, and you do not see a symbol anywhere on the door. As you open it, however, you do notice a symbol further into the room on the floor near the stairs.
Okay, no one's in here?
There does not appear to be anyone in there. It seems as though the rest of the group has gone a different way. Ugh! I really wish this was like an animation software where I could more easily control things. But oh well.
Question.
Yeah.
So, what do you mean they've gone a different way? They haven't gone into this room, you're saying?
It could be that they went into this room, but so here, let
You
me.
lost them.
Yeah, they're not here. Basically, is what I'm saying. So either they already went, through this room and up the stairs or something. The see that circle where the little glow is? That's pretty much where
Yeah.
the symbol is of danger. Right in that spot.
Okay, if I look, if you zoom out, look to the right.
You mean this way?
Is there like anything else like that I can see where they might have gone?
From your current vantage point, it looks like there's some old boxes of something outside in the courtyard. Then there's a passageway leading down into the earth, catacombs of some kind. And
Nah, I'm
there's
gonna
a
need to
stairway
go up.
Okay.
How high does this stairway go up? The one I'm looking into right now. Is this higher than the other?
higher than what?
The one
The
we
one
just
that
had.
we were just looking at.
The tower looks about the same height. No,
Okay,
maybe a
I'm
little
just
shorter.
I'm gonna go ahead and stick my head in. I am actually going to.
I can't get you through the door because the freaking physics are like, oh, you're too wide.
That's okay. That's okay.
Also, you never anticipated it.
Oh.
I'm going to walk up the stairs quietly.
Hang on 1 second, I'm gonna.
With the
Are you
symbol just in
destroying the
middle.
door?
I moved a brick so I could try to get you through. There we go. Okay, you want to head up the stairs?
Yes.
Aye, aye.
I'm gonna avoid the circle in the center though.
Okay. Qzeth, Mama Swizzle, and Gohan arrive just in time to see Ananias slip into the door and begin heading up the stairs.
We continue to follow.
Okie dokie.
Cautiously, of course, because I don't trust Ananias to investigate these things completely.
Okay. I am perceiving. Do I perceive anything?
You are perceiving muchly.
Much like.
Roll me perception once again.
I roll you. I raise you perception. Oh, I don't see anything.
Ah,
Not one.
a shame.
No, it's a 5. So a 6. I rolled a nat 5.
That's certainly a rip.
Can I perceive as I'm going up?
Yes. You also notice the thing on the ground, the symbol, which is kind of plainly visible even though it's faintly carved. Just gonna...
Got a nat 1.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cheat a little bit and just kind of warp you guys up here so I don't have to bother with the spiral staircase. Never mind, it has decided that you're going up the spiral staircase anyway. This program, man.
Second nat 1 this stream. Holy cow.
both for perception. I'm impressed. So yeah, Mama Swizzle, you don't notice anything. In fact, you just kind of get distracted by noticing that the ground, like the stones themselves of the castle, feel like they're kind of corrupted in some way by necromancy magic. It's the same kind of cold feeling leaching into your bones that you felt at the forest that you were at before.
Feels like home.
It's more or less an affront to your senses, but, you know, it seems old, kind of inert, as though it's whatever enchantment has kind of run its course and it's no longer having much of an active effect on the situation. Oh, that appears to be maybe not the same place I thought it was. Oh, well, what do you know?
It's a
There's
cat place.
I'm putting you guys in the wrong spot. 1 second. Urgh. It's so
That
difficult to
cat's
see
like-
where
that cat
things
might-
are. Okay, 1 second. Let's see if I even can get you down into that other little area. Freaking hate this man. There you go. That's the right place. Now I gotta tell it, no, I do want to see this so I can get Mama Swizzle.
But do I want to see things?
Perfect. Beautiful. So Ananias, you've reached the top of the stairs. Do you open the door?
I open the door, and I perceive.
Okay. You
The door became ajar.
You perceive once again as you look out into this
Should I roll
columned
again?
corridor. Yeah.
I don't perceive anything. I got a 4.
Hmm.
Worse than
Shame.
last time.
Don't forget to add on your modifier.
I got a 5.
Your eyes are just kind of playing tricks on you as you move through the shadows. You thought you saw something, but maybe you didn't.
I open the next door.
Okie dokie.
I perceive.
You see above the bed another one of those symbols. I know it's not the right symbol, but hey, I have limited access.
I got 12.
Nice. In this room, you are pretty sure you saw a shadowy figure on the wall opposite you. But as you watch, you just catch the faintest glimpse of it kind of disappearing through another door. But the door is closed.
Something's scared of us.
How far are we from her?
Oh, you're right behind her.
Okay, so do we see this as well?
If you... She's like, I guess,
She's
kind of
in
bursting
the
into the
doorway,
room and
isn't she?
looking around, so I'd say you have a 50-50 chance. Go ahead and roll.
I would
perception
just
as
be
well.
peeking into the doors after she does.
Mm-hmm.
That's
what
what
is
I'm
going
doing.
on with my dice today?
Did you get another that one?
Oh!
Oh my gosh! Yowza!
3 nat ones.
That
all on
is
deception.
impressively bad.
So
Yeah.
most days I'm not 20, but
Yeah, I
today's not
truly-
one.
I'm gonna stick to the right wall.
Okay.
I'm not walking towards the bed. I am walking around the bed,
Mhm.
like straight.
You see an old mirror, not covered in cobwebs, but just kind of dust and dirt and grime. There's a small cupboard with a lock on the drawers. Seems
I know
like the
why
floor
Mama's
is
over.
partially collapsed here, and you can see down into another room below. There's a chest and another small cot of some kind, or stage. You're not sure exactly what it is.
Do you think it's a mimic, guys?
Mama Swizzle's too busy making faces at the mirror.
And you think it's a mimic?
You're a little short for making faces, but yeah, if someone
Well,
wakes you
she's
up-
jumping up on you, know?
That's amazing.
I think it's best to assume that everything here could easily kill us. So sure, maybe a mimic. It's an interesting thought. I'd keep all of our minds alert and bodies aware.
Before the castles.
Okay, where can you gesture towards where I saw the figure?
It would be in the opposite side of the room from where you entered, so right over here.
It would have been there?
Yep.
As I'm walking over there, can you put me back where I was?
Yes.
Before I... What is this, like, sort of archway?
Looks like there's another door at the end of it. Oh wait, maybe
Oh?
I'm wrong.
door.
Never mind. It's just a spiral staircase, and I'm stupid. I'm sorry. It's really hard to tell what is happening.
Oh, in that case, can I walk up the spiral staircase?
You may. Roll me perception as you mount it. Oh, actually, yeah. Never mind. Never mind that perception roll. Sorry.
It's like she rolled a nat 20 that time, and he's like, never mind.
Well, it should really be once you get up to here, is why I was delaying it, because the stairs themselves
Oh.
are not the point. Do you continue all the way up to here?
Mm-hmm.
Aye,
Okay, this time I rolled well. I got a 20, but it's a 19 plus 1, so not a nat 20.
You see a very prominent, faint design on the floor of that symbol again, and it looks like it's connected to a more ornate type of faint blue marking that carries along the floor in this general area underneath where this fallen splintered table is, as though perhaps
A trap already
yeah,
activated?
just this kind of area would be the range of the trap, you would assume. But it looks like there's still enough space across these unstable stones to walk without triggering it, you would hope.
Alright, I'm gonna look down. Are they following me?
I don't know, are they? If only it were easy to see what's happening! The UI of this program needs some help. Do you guys want to follow, or do you guys want to go your own way?
Still following.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna follow QZ, but I'm kind of like a little distance from him because I don't trust him with his rope.
I'm not holding the rope anymore.
I don't know that. It could be in your pocket as far as I know.
Oh, you're just afraid I'm gonna put the rope back on you. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I have...
I'm gonna continue through the room and avoid the trap, but I'm gonna gesture towards the trap at QZ so he knows where it is.
Okie dokie. Yep. QZ, if you-
He's like, I could see it, and then he steps immediately on. No, I'm just-
Yeah, as you get, skirt the edge of the, it's more or less a ring on the floor of blue dye and ink of some kind. It seems to give off a slight glow at your proximity,
It's like it likes
but
me.
no more.
At
But
my
it's in-
proximity or his proximity or both?
Anyone who gets near it gives off just the tiniest amount of glow, which is
Oh, okay, so it happened
significantly
with
more
Ananias as
noticeable
well.
in the dark and shadow than if there were
I'm
a
gonna
light source.
touch it with my finger and then I'm gonna taste it.
Wait, oh, you're touching the
The
design
glow.
on the floor?
Does it come off?
If you lean closer to the circle, you notice that it gets extremely like brighter and brighter the closer you get to touching it.
Oh, then I'm not gonna touch it if
Okay.
it's getting brighter.
Mhm.
I'm concerned of that.
Mhm.
Let's avoid that. I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Okay. There is another cabinet beside you across the room with the shattered floor. I can't even tell what is over there. It looks like some dirt and rocks. Yep.
Looks like some dirt and rocks.
Yep, yep.
You got really centered there.
Yeah, dirt and rocks. And then there's a door at the top of the small landing.
When Mama Swizzle comes across the cabinet, she will try to open it.
Sure. This one does not appear to be locked.
Nor is it jammed.
Nope. It seems to just be a regular cabinet. And
Alright.
apparently it makes you disappear. Because
Whoa, that cabinet was crazy.
why did it make everything disappear? That's
Houdini.
super annoying. 1 second.
Houdini.
Who?
Oh no, this could go very badly, couldn't it? Okay, cool. Yeah, so, Mama Swizzle, you open the cabinet. Could you... never mind. What you find
I'm
inside as you open the... You're a little too short for the top drawer. Do you open the bottom drawer or the top drawer first?
The top drawer first, and I'm like trying to hang off of it.
Yeah, you hear the wood kind of creak and the whole thing kind of tilts forward as you're like hanging on it to look inside. You see nothing but, a small strand of twine and a couple broken pieces of wood inside this top drawer. You check the bottom drawer as well?
Yeah.
And you check the bottom drawer and you find what appears to be an old scroll of parchment that's a little worn, but it's still intact.
I would like to take it.
As you unscroll it and take a look at it, or do you just take it?
For now, I just take it and shove it into my little knapsack.
Okay. Yep. You hear the paper kind of rustle and crack a little bit as you're shoving it into your bag.
Mama Swizzle!
Okie dokie. I will need to mark that real quick. Cool. Okay. Ananias, what are you doing?
There's a door in front of me. I'm opening it.
Yep. Okay. This door also does not seem to have the symbol of trap, thankfully.
Oh, it was a pull door and there wasn't even a handle on it. Don't know how I got that open. Was that a one-sided door?
No, does not appear to be. You are now on the top of one of these towers. There's a large crack in the wall, so it's become unstable across the years and kind of fallen down, releasing a large chasm of stones into the ground. Who knows?
If there's nowhere to go, I quickly turn back around. I realize it's empty. I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, it does appear to be a dead end here.
I take whatever else door is in that room.
Okie dokie. Oh no! Oh, annoyment increases. 1 second, gotta find it again. Go to creature.
Creature?
You are a creature, are you not? Do you
I
close the
am?
door behind you?
I do.
Yay! Thank you. I don't know why. That just helps my OCD. It has no bearing on anything else. Alrighty. So you turn back, and there is another door on the other side. Would you care to go through that?
Wait. So how many doors are there? Can I look around?
It looks like there's only one more door at this particular level.
Nope, there's 2.
Oh,
See?
well, so you're right.
I kind of want to go through that one.
Don't
the
even know
farther
your
one.
own dungeon.
It's really hard to see. I don't know where I am.
Trust in your mind.
I've got notes for things, but it's very difficult to track anything about it.
It's hard to note.
I'll make a note of that.
Okay, so
But
the floor,
will you read it?
the floor does seem to be kind of an unstable mess. How
Can
would
I
you
go
like to
around,
navigate?
walk back towards where I came in from,
You
and then
navigate.
try from there?
You navigate back around the blue circle, but it seems that the circle you'd have to get pretty close to it. Like, you could probably step over the railing here to get past without triggering it.
Okay, I step over the railing.
Okie dokie. You make your way safely to the other door. Do you open it?
Yes,
Yeah, you can
it
see
is already
there's-
open, so.
You can see there's a window. And you find yourself on a catwalk outside the castle, looking down into the large abyss below, filled with apparently invisible-ish water, with large cracks running through the valley.
Oh look, there's stairs. I continue walking.
This appears to be a different part of the tower that you used to climb up to this point. Do
I
you
want to perceive.
perceive before you get in the door?
Yeah, as I look into it, what's in there?
Well, let's take a look-see. It would appear
EJ is perceiving.
EJ is attempting to perceive. It is more difficult than you would assume. There is a large rack of weapons in this room, along with some ballista bolts, and there's another small cabinet in the side of the room that appears to contain some kind of magical glint. The chest is currently closed.
I want to open the glinting thing.
Okie dokie. As
Do I see any danger symbols?
you do not. Not in this
I want to
room.
open the glinty thingy.
Okay. You open the small chest, and
Does it bite me?
no, it does not.
Cool.
What you do find is a set of boots, perhaps for.
I put them on.
Yeah, they are thick woolen boots, like looking like they're for the winter time, and they have a slight blue glow coming from them. Yeah, you
I
you
put
can
on the
put them on if
cursed
you'd like.
boots. I put on the cursed boots.
Okay, yep. They're totally cursed. Cursed with good things.
I grab. What weapons are on the wall next to me?
There is, all the ones you can see. There's warhammers.
I grab a
there's
hand
battle
axe.
axes, there's pole arms, there's... Yeah, you grab a hand axe, you said?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, there is a hand axe.
Oh, there's
Weapons. Ah, yes. I need a monk weapon.
You should get one.
Mama Swizzle wants to
Yes.
grab a maul that's larger than her.
Maul that's larger than her. Oh my gosh, why can't I get QZ through this door? I'm very sad. Okay, what exactly is a maul?
A giant warhammer.
You go there to shop.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm really struggling with this program. Honestly, I feel like part of this would be better off Theory of the
Yeah.
Mind. Theory of the Mind. Theater of the Mind. Wow.
Is
What's
there a
the theory
javelin?
of the mind? Isn't that,
That was
something
the
you're studying?
javelin is the weapon that I would be most interested in grabbing if there is one.
Yep, there are several actually.
I actually have -1 strength, so can I even pick up the maul and begin with?
You would struggle, but I think you can at least hold it, probably.
I think Mama Swizzle changes her mind after noticing just how heavy a maul is.
Sounds good.
May I add javelin?
Yes. Add a javelin to your inventory. Add a what was it that you took?
Battle axe.
Battle axe. Yep. Gohan examines the weapons. Maybe takes one and kind of weighs it in his hand, and he also takes a javelin.
And what did I grab from the chest?
You grabbed a pair of boots and you immediately put them on. Once you
Oh,
did,
okay.
you feel your feet almost magically being like kept nice and
Warm?
toasty, very warm. It's like
You start
magically
to
helping
float.
you to maintain a toasty temperature despite the chill of the autumn air.
Hmm.
And you feel it may have some other magical properties that could be revealed with a bit of time and effort, but not at this particular, dangerous moment.
Okay. I will try Frostwalker later.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, so there are 2 exits of this room. One, a door that you have not entered from, and a ladder heading up. But as you're in here, roll me a perception once more.
All of us?
Oh, actually, there's a 3rd entrance that I forgot to mention. It's a catwalk, more or less, that goes across towards the central tower.
I want to take that way.
Aye, aye. What did you roll?
I don't see anything.
Nice.
Oh, okay. You just get a prickling on the
I have
back of your neck.
24.
You feel like there's someone right behind you, and you turn, there's nothing. Nothing at all.
I got a 24.
Mama Swizzle, you turn and you catch sight of just a black, shadowy figure. Just a glimpse, and it kind of like slips into the cracks of the wall, into the crevices between each stone, and vanishes.
Normal things
Which
can't do
direction
that.
can I?
Directly in the door that you just entered from. It was right behind you, basically, as you
I would like to run after it, or attempt to run after it.
back this
Into
direction.
a wall?
Well, through the door that we went through.
Is
Gotcha.
the weapons we picked up, are they all normal?
Yes, they are normal weapons, these particular ones. Oh my gosh.
Minus what you grabbed.
Oh my gosh, double.
Oh my gosh, triple.
Yep. Okay, Ananias would like to traverse down this this catwalk, it seems. Are you guys following?
No, I'm going.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mama Swizzle, you run out this door and I guess turn to look and try to see if you can catch sight of that shadowy figure once again. You see what looks like almost like an inky black kind of dust kind of flowing along the roof that Ananias is currently traversing, and then it enters the central tower, slipping through the rocks once again.
I'm gonna run up to those 2, and I'm just freaking out. Mama Swizzle, Mama Swizzle, Mama Swizzle!
What you see, Mama Swizzle? Little Timmy got trapped in the well.
Mama Swizzle,
Bring us to him, Mama Swizzle.
Mama Swizzle. Mama Swizzle just points at the tower. Mama Swizzle! And then she's like trying to make sign language of like a ghost or something like that.
Alright, QZ understands this perfectly. I'm trying to decide if he actually understands it perfectly.
You know.
No. Yeah, Mama Swizzle, I saw that shadow before, and glad that you've seen it now as well. Ananias, I assume that's what you were staring
Mama
at
Swizzle.
back before.
Mama Swizzle. Pointing at the tower again. Mama Swizzle.
I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it wants harm to us or not.
Probably a friend.
Mama Swizzle.
I doubt that it's a friend. I don't think there's many friends that would be here and so recluse.
Anything on the door?
No symbol of danger.
What do I feel from the door?
Evil.
I open the evil door.
Mm-hmm.
Feels warm.
What you guys find beyond the door is another hallway.
Stream crashed.
I know.
Your
I
stream-
closed it intentionally because that building
Ooh.
did not have room for what I wanted to describe.
Gotcha.
As you enter this doorway, you find a long hallway. It seems like kind of a slow spiral staircase going around the outside of the tower, surrounding a central room. It appears to be semi-intact, but many of the stones on the wall across from you as you open this door just seem to have like been forced outward a little bit, as though something slammed into it from the other side and kind of knocked many of the stones loose. It's very dusty in this hallway. Nothing seems to have passed this way in quite some time.
I
What would you
walk
guys
up
like
the
to do?
staircase.
You walk up the staircase, and you find a door on your right is less of a plain wooden door with iron bands. This one is more ornate, decorated with a fancy door frame and some carvings along the door. It does
What are the carvings?
have, it does not have the symbol of danger. It's just, looks like it's designed to be fancy. It is not inlaid with, any precious gems or anything, but it appears like this is kind of a more lavish decoration. And you can sense that on the other side of this door is more or less the source of the disturbance you've been feeling.
I pull open the door.
Before she does that, Mama Swizzle rushes up to her and lays her hand on her and casts resistance. This will give her a 1d4 added to any saving throw for 1 minute.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Always helpful. Poor QZ. Been the mama for Mama Swizzle all this time and he doesn't get it.
What do I feel? Can I tell that she's casted something positive on me?
Yeah, you feel a nice kind of like shield kind of envelop your whole body. Just a slight warmth, similar to your boots, more or less.
And I'm gonna grab her feathered hand and I'm gonna squeeze it real quickly.
Mama Swizzle.
I push open the door.
As the door creaks open in front of you, it's a large kind of double doors, and they creak open, showing you the wide view of a large circular chamber that the opposite wall has just been absolutely decimated, blasted outward into the unknown, giving you a nice view of
Into the unknown.
of the other towers below you and the cloudy sky and the tattered landscape beyond. In front of you is a huge crater in the floor, just plunging down through the entire tower, through the floor, and even deeper into some unknown caverns. And it's shrouded in much darkness. You see large claw marks, these same kind of gouges in the stone that, well, seem to be from multiple different sources. Could you roll me investigation on that while I continue describing other things?
All of us?
Okay, rolling.
Yeah, anyone who cares. Mama Swizzle, you have advantage. You can do nature if you'd like instead of investigation.
Ooh, yes.
I got 15 plus 6, so 21.
Okie dokie.
And I got an 18, no addition.
Oh, we're all like killing it.
Yeah, I'd say you're. Yeah, what'd you get?
24.
Yeah, okay. You're all pretty sure. Just your knowledge of what you're looking at. It's pretty clear. There was something very large that was kind of slamming against the walls at some point in this chamber. You can see that there were tables, chairs laid out, almost like a banquet hall type of thing. But all of that has been kind of blasted aside, smashed into splinters, and is all resting against the wall in splinters and timbers. There's tattered remains of tapestries. There are remains of glass and other such objects just kind of strewn about. And what I had you roll for the for the gouges is, you can tell that whatever was smashing, it seems like there's kind of ring-shaped sections of stone that have just kind of been ripped away from other stone, almost as though there was like, suckers of some kind, or octopus-like, but very large tentacles that kind of ripped their way across the room and yanked various pieces off the wall and then plunged down into the deep below, where it disappears from view. You smell seawater in this room coming up from below, and then you notice the other grooves, which seem to be more recent. Those sucker marks seem to be covered in dust and were perhaps very old, whereas these new grooves are leading up and out from the large blasted hole in the wall and are much deeper in the stone. There's many claw marks, as though something has come and gone more frequently, with large claws that are powerful enough to scrape through stone as something clambered in and out. That is the vibe you're getting. Perhaps multiple different events, different creatures. You're unsure. And then you come to the most interesting part of the room, which is the center of the room, the epicenter where this hole in the floor is and the hole in the wall has emanated from. There's just scorch marks all over the entire room. You can see that the tables and chairs perhaps blasted or perhaps acted as a shield against the floor, causing some stones to be blackened with soot and ash, whereas others were shielded, leaving the silhouette of a grisly sight. Almost exactly like you saw back in the city of Westwood in the sewers after those cultists were blasted by a bright flash of light, leaving their
That
silhouettes
sounds-
in the wall. You see the silhouettes of 11 figures, just their blackened outlines upon the wall where there once was a human, it seems. Their poses are in various forms, some with arms outstretched, others running in fear. One has what seems to be a twisted crown upon his head and seems to be some kind of leader in the center of the room, but he too has been, well, remains no more than a stain upon the wall, fused permanently to the shadow remains of a throne and the stone wall. The room is quiet, and there are various bits and bobs, ripped pieces of paper, an old book, and the passageway still seems to continue up the spiral staircase.
What is the book?
Higher in the tower and lower. The book appears to be rather damaged, but you may approach it. It's open, lying with pages out.
Excuse me.
What is the book called on the cover?
Book is called Book.
As you approach this book on the ground, you see that it's, just kind of lying up, spine kind of bent, and pages slightly dusty and dirty. As you pick it up and kind of shake the dust and dirt off, you fold it open to look at the cover, and all you see is a human tongue, just more or less pinned to the front cover of the book.
Oh. Pinned.
Pinned. Held in place with metal.
I know what that means.
I mean, it's not... Yeah, I was just kind of clarifying. It's not necessarily like an actual pin that's likely to pop out at any moment.
Question.
Mhm.
Was there any writing in the book?
Yes.
Does it appear to be a journal?
It does seem to be something of that nature.
What language is it written in? Do I recognize it?
It is written in common, though some of the scrawlings, as you kind of flip through some of the pages, are just indecipherable, as though this is the writing of someone who's almost clearly
Mad.
insane, who's been listening to whispers from beyond the worlds that you know. And what... roll me history. You see
Yes.
diagrams of the same silvery obelisk that capsule that you saw in the sewers, and plans for how it works. There's diagrams of this and that and magical inventions, and
15?
you're pretty sure you recognize this handwriting from somewhere you've seen recently. Namely, that book that Isabella has.
Oh. Can I pocket this book?
Yes?
Okay,
There's also
I
a
take
couple
the...
pages that appear to be like magically burned out of the end of the book, but there are many blank pages as well for more notes to be taken, and the burned pages are more or less close to that point where the writing ends and the blank pages begin.
Hmm. Cool.
So you
Does
pocket
Mama
that book.
Swizzle see anything else interesting that might be in here?
Well, you see the mysterious figures, which, Mama Swizzle, as you're looking at them, they hauntingly remind you of that shadow you just saw.
Mama Swizzle? I'd like to cast Detect Magic on one of them.
Well, the book that Ananias is pocketing glows, and several other objects in this room glow, but well, the throne kind of glows with a faint light, but it's kind of messed up and sputtering. The walls of the castle glow with a very, very faint blackness, but the figures themselves do not glow. Not with magic.
Okay, what was the first thing that you said that glowed?
Ananias' book. It is glowing brightly.
What color?
Blue.
I would say black, once again.
What? Cool. Anyways, sorry. Ananias or Val, I guess Ananias right now, their hood's up. They are going to approach where the rip in magic feels like, I guess it might be a point where it's maybe, is it not even spiky anymore? Like, is there just no magic there? Like, what?
Yeah. At the center of the room, where whatever this epicenter was, there is just nothing. No magic.
If I stretch my arms out across, can I touch any bits of magic or no?
If you get close enough to the epicenter, right where like the floor opens up into a chasm and you can't get any closer, you can't touch any magic. There's like a void of no magic in this little central area, as though whatever blast happened here ripped apart the fabric of the weave and then left behind nothing in its wake. But you do notice that there is no... Well, I guess it doesn't stand out to you, but Qzeth, you're more in tune with the whole tear in time and space that you're trying to fix at the other place, and you notice that there is no such rip in time and space, at least at this point, unless it's fallen down into the abyss below.
Mhm. So where we are, everything is fixed.
Well, you can tell there was an explosion here of a similar intensity, but the effects seem more or less mitigated, perhaps? It's permanently
like a
damaged this entire
scar.
area, but
Yeah, it's like a scar, but it's like healed.
yeah, there doesn't seem to be an active portal between planes in this place anymore, if there ever was.
Qzeth's just like, they tried it already before. Who's to say if they'll try it again? He's
Did he say that out loud?
yeah, he does.
I have to use the bathroom as well. Be right back.
Gohan kind of whispers up, "Is this what you were talking about with the other place?"
Yes, this or something like it. More than likely, yeah. It's just that same sense. But here, it's healed over.
So does that mean we're done? We can, just hope that it fixes itself at the other place?
Well, that is, unless there was something that intervened in this case. Which in that case, we might need to know what it is. I wonder what that shadow has to do with any of it.
As you say, shadow, Gohan kind of cocks his head and looks at the figures on the walls, and walks closer to the wall to examine them.
We were told to avoid the walls, Gohan.
He takes a cautious step back, but he continues to study the outline of the one that has a jagged crown on, or horns, whatever it is.
Hmm. Fuzith. He's going to walk up and analyze it with Gohan.
Mhm.
And what feeling do I get from everything on the wall?
Well, when looking at the stone wall with the basically charcoal soot remains of a person, perhaps, you don't really feel anything from a purely like art perspective. But what
Mhm.
you do
Obviously,
feel
yeah.
is a deep, unsettling sense of dread. And then the eyes of the shadow move. Could you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
How does that wall make you feel?
Could
I
I have
Also,
everyone roll
Ray-
me initiative?
give the
I'm
roll.
rolling initiative, but also Ray, whenever you stepped back into camera, for some reason, I thought like this was a mirror, and I thought someone walked into the back of my frame, and I got
Oh,
so
no!
freaking scared. Like I was in the restroom listening, and I was like getting like goosebumps listening to EG describe this. I'm like, and then I walked back, and Ray's just like apparently pops up behind me in my vision.
I got a 17 total.
Nice. Yeah, you
I
you managed to tear your eyes away as the eyes of this shadow more or less just kind of vibrate and wiggle like ripples upon glass.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Gohan
I
appears
feel
to
like
be frozen in
instinctually I would
place,
try
just
and grab
in a daze.
Gohan.
Yeah, he's in a daze. He's just kind of like staring, unable to look away. And the
Yeah,
shadow
in-
then begins to move across the wall. You hear a slight cracking and kind of stone grinding sound as the shadow moves across the wall, like
Sure.
it's just a moving picture now.
Sure. Yeah, like I said, I feel like I would instinctually like kind of grab Gohan and try and like pull him away, like turn him around, almost throw him to the ground maybe.
Yeah,
Am I still in the same room as QZ?
everyone is in the same room, yes.
Okay.
So you would all notice that all of the shadows along the wall begin to move and kind of like peel themselves, not necessarily off the wall, but they're kind of like reaching forward from the wall, like trying to grasp at you. If you are near the wall, you are in danger of their wispy, shadowy, dusty fingers.
What a little wisp.
Hmm.
I don't think I'm near the wall.
You see these creatures kind of like open their mouths wide with a black abyss within, and they scream but cannot actually make any noise as they're kind of like reaching towards you in agony, frozen in time from whatever their fate was.
Mama
So
Swizzle is feeling kind of uppity right now, so she just yells
Puffin?
back at them.
They're not actually yelling.
Did you say oveny? What is oveny?
Uppity.
Oh,
Uppity.
oh, I see.
D.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, she's just yelling back at them. Mama Swizzle!
Okay.
It just kind of goes, "Roar," but soundlessly. It's like trying to get at you as though hitting invisible forces.
Okay. So I've knocked Gohan to the ground.
Yeah, you break his gaze and kind of push him over, and he blinks, kind of looking around. The ground seems unstable. These stones kind of shift under his weight as he falls to the ground, and you hear a slight cracking sound as though the cobblestones are barely holding together with friction.
We have to get out of here. Gohan, are you okay?
He just nods.
Come on, and then I help him up and make for the exit.
Mm-hmm. As you do, you notice these creatures begin to like straining to grab at you. Their legs seemed kind of anchored to the wall more or less, but as you watch them, they kind of glide forward off of the wall, their feet remaining shadows on the floor, as though perhaps Shadow was wrong. These creatures begin to move towards you fast. Ananias and Mama Swizzle, what are you guys doing as Gohan and QZ head for the exit as quickly as possible?
How many creatures are there?
11.
11? One for each shadow?
No, one
Yes.
shadow is actually 2 creatures.
Each of the 11 shadows you saw on the walls are now moving.
Well, I'm actually gonna put the axe back into behind me, like just slip it into whatever pack I have. I'm gonna step back towards the weave and it's really sharp, right? You said? And
Mhm.
splintered?
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if I can snap off a piece of it.
Yeah. I will say you can.
Okay.
And as you do, it just releases like a blast of magical energy that kind of reverberates through the entire space, causing a miniature earthquake, rumbling all the stone around and causing much more pebbles and dirt and rocks to fall from the ceiling, and kind of shakes the entire building. Luckily, Gohan's already moved from the floor. As part of the floor gives way and crumbles down into the abyss, you hear nothing for a moment, and then finally splashes several seconds later.
The shadowy creature that has a crown, can I identify him?
I would say no. He's not
That's-
someone familiar to you.
But no, I mean, like, can I identify which one he is?
Oh, yes. He's obvious to pick out amongst the rest.
I would like to launch my piece of very sharp, barbed magic into his heart.
Yikes. Okay. I'm gonna need to make a roll for that, actually. It's not what I expected to happen.
I mean, this is kind of what we're talking about.
Oh, I forgot. I can't use this keyboard. 1 second. Gotta use the other computer to Google. Oh, boy. Could you roll me a D100?
Me?
Yeah.
Give me a second. I will roll you a fat D100.
You can roll a skinny one,
Let's
too.
find out.
Mhm.
Let's find out. Oh, crap.
She blew up the entire castle.
38.
38. Okay. Wow, why is my computer broken?
Because it's a pooper.
So, first and foremost, as you're throwing this shard of more or less broken off piece of weave, you throw it towards where the weave is more or less coagulated. There's more of it, and it's as you get away from the epicenter, it's slowly more the way it should be. So you're kind of throwing it back into the watery kind of beams of magic that flow throughout the entire world, and it gets slowed down almost as though you've thrown a stone in water. It doesn't go quite as far as you mean for it to, but it does kind of splinter and break into 1,000 little pieces that crash into each other like a wave of lightning, blasting. Have you seen The Last Jedi? Where like the ship kind of breaks into 1,000 pieces at light speed and breaks everything. It's that kind of vibe. You see a flash of light with that spectacle in front of you, and you see just 1,000 tiny like pinpricks of light blast and kind of pierce themselves into this shadowy figure and kind of blast away parts of the shadowy figure, leaving behind holes where dust is just falling into the air. And it seems to fall backward and get blasted into a 2D image once again, and it kind of writhes in pain with holes now in it, and it kind of shrinks down and then absorbs itself into the cracks of the wall, disappearing from view outside of your range. Also, you regain 2d10 hit points, but you're already at max. So that part's irrelevant.
Nice. I feel
Yeah.
really strong all of a sudden.
Yeah, you feel a surge of magical energy kind of blast through the area, and yeah. With that, Qzeth and Gohan, you make it out of this chamber and towards the kind of corkscrew passage that goes up and down this tower, deeper into the ground and higher up the tower where there might be more magical wizard tower stuff. What would you guys like to do? Or you can return more or less halfway one floor down to get back to the catwalk you entered from.
I think we just go back to the catwalk we entered from.
Okie dokie.
Get as far away as possible, you know?
Sounds good. Gohan follows you through the door and that direction as the shadows are kind of chasing you along the walls. Ananias and Mama Swizzle, what do you guys do?
Mama Swizzle doesn't realize that they headed back, so instead she's going to head down.
Okay,
Mama
interesting.
Swizzle jumps.
Are there still shadow creatures around me, or did they all leave?
You seem to have injured one and it kind of sucked itself into the cracks of the wall and disappeared from view for now. Disappeared to an unknown location. The other 10 are still angry and kind of like crowding their way along the walls, like very angry pictures trying to get towards the door to block you from escaping.
I'm unconcerned. I grab a bigger chunk of weave.
Okay. You gotta crack some more off? Oh
Yes.
boy. Roll me two
I think
d100.
she's going to be the death of me.
Yeah, Mama says you're still in the same... Oh no, you left out the main door and you're going down the spire?
Yeah, down the spire.
Interesting. Alright. Could I get the formal initiative order? I never actually got the numbers before.
Mine is 10.
Okay,
Mine's 9.
okay,
22.
okay. Show off.
Hey, I gotta get some good numbers after 3.
Yeah, you're right. You've already used up all the bad ones, so now I'm expecting all the nat 20s.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
90 and 54.
90 and 54. Oh,
Good luck. Enjoy your reading.
boy. Oh no.
Did you make up your own list, or are you using someone else's list?
I have 3 different ones that I was using, but I wasn't prepared and I lost them, so I'm using this one for now. Ananias, you feel just another magical surge all around you as you kind of break off this other chunk, and a high-pitched kind of vibration emanates right beside your ear as you're kind of snapping this chunk off, and it kind of breaks into pieces in your hand, causing you 6 force damage just from the sheer mass of the thing breaking apart in your hands and forcing them open again. And you also, the vibration like across your head area just seems to like shake your hair loose, it seems, and just kind of large chunks of it begin to kind of fall from your head and get tangled in your hood.
And they grow back immediately.
Yeah, I guess you can do that. What was the other number you rolled? I forgot. 95?
It was 90 and 54.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take the small shards of weave. There's a bunch in my hands now, right?
They more or less dissolve into nothing. They force themselves
Oh.
apart and tore it into nothingness.
Okay, cool.
Yep. You just notice that your hands are also now invisible. Like if you look at them, you don't see them anymore.
Oh,
Gotta hand
Only
it
your
to
hands, though.
okay.
Look at my jazz hands.
That was the other number?
That was the other number.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Mama Swizzle, let's go ahead and go in initiative order now. So you tear your way out that door and begin traveling down the central spiral staircase of the overall castle. So give me a minute to get the visual aid up and try to figure out how to find a way for you to be seen down there. Sure, this works for me. Good enough. Ads! I love ads. Okay. Mama Swizzle, you find yourself traveling deeper into the earth. There's a large set of staircases, and it seems like there are still some shadows chasing you behind.
Then I'm
walls.
hightailing it even further down.
Aye, aye. Yeah, with little thought for self or safety, you charge down and roll me perception.
All right. Please no not one. Oh, hey, nat 20.
Hey, nice. You managed to spot just in time a set of that symbol, the trap symbol, in this room. One on the ground, pretty much where you're heading, and then another one further on the other side of the wall, where all these skeletons are.
Is it possible for me to try to juke the shadows into activating the trap themselves?
You can try.
I would like to attempt.
Okay. So yeah, you skirt the symbol and attempt to find or put the symbol between you and the shadows. Unfortunately, they're kind of attached to the walls, so they don't necessarily seem to travel, right across the center of the floor like you'd hoped. So it doesn't seem like it would be too effective. You're also not sure if they can activate traps, given that they're essentially wisps of smoke.
Well, I like to start running some more.
Okay. You blast your way past some ominous skeletons through a passageway with little more than a collapsed series of stones and some stone pillars, and find your way to yet another door, which I assume you throw open with wanton, reckless abandon.
Yep.
And yeah, you find yourself in what is essentially a huge ah. Yes, huge amphitheater of stone. Which, holy cow, it is incredibly difficult to show properly. Let's look at it like this. You find yourself in this huge cavern with many passages all around, and there is some brackish water in the middle. This cavern smells like seawater, and you can see in the roof of the cavern what appears to be, a shattered hole in the center of the roof, and in the floor a shattered hole that's filled with water of some kind, and there are bones and glowing crystals about, along with what looks like maybe some old relics here and there. There's also a large cage that appears to have been kind of ripped into and torn apart, and yeah, that's the main stuff that catches your eye. In the middle of the water here, you do notice what looks like a large cloak of some kind, just kind of floating in this little pool of salt water. What would you like to do?
What does it look like to me?
We should probably move to Ananias first, but keep that in mind. Ananias, you're next in the initiative order. I can't easily get up to you because that part doesn't exist, so you have just kind of made your hands go invisible and damaged yourself a bit with ripping the weave apart with your bare hands. What would you like to do?
Well, I want to take some of the weave off and have it for myself. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but judging by your last experience, you would think that that's not possible because it's so unstable that even attempting to do something like that would just be basically carrying a nuclear bomb that could go off at any moment.
That makes sense. But I still want to do it. I'm gonna take off another a chunk. I'm gonna grab off a chunk of weave
Like a
And I'm gonna
spear-sized
swing
chunk?
it like a baseball bat
Oh,
into
no.
whatever's the closest to me.
Sure, oh boy.
Spear-sized
Yeah, there are
chunk.
still 5 of these shadows that are kind of like coming after you. Apparently, 2 are chasing Mama Swizzle and 2 are chasing Gohan and QZ at this moment. So you've got the lion's share of the enemies. And you are you taking like a chunk this big or something? Like a
Baseball bat size.
yeah, okay. Roll me 4 D100s.
Oh god. Oh my word.
You are tempting
Um,
fate.
You're gonna be the strawberry goose soon.
What was that one item you were telling me about last time, EJ? The one with the random effects?
I do not remember what.
Random
Oh, the
effects
deck of
happen.
many things. Oh no.
Yeah, that. That's basically what she's doing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm frightened. I'm very frightened. Where is it? There it is! Haha! I found the wild magic table that I was intending to use, and I found the ones that I've used so far. Very cool. Okay, carrying on.
Here you go.
What'd you get? Oh heck. Okay. 34, 91, 30, and something. 27. Okay. Wow, this is gonna be a mess. Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Oh no. That one is though. Oh, well that's funny. Okay.
Don't forget, Kat, you have a 1d4 for saving throws.
Oh, that would be a huge problem
Okay.
for the entire campaign.
Uh-oh.
I think you kind of screwed up, Kat.
I didn't screw up. Listen, here. I
Okay,
am
Ananias.
what leads this campaign on accident. Every
DJ
single
already
direction we
decided that he
go
would
is
kill us,
my fault.
so
I know
never
it.
mind.
It's on accident. It's because I'm completely unpredictable and I am a DM's bane. As a DM, I would hate to play with a player like me, but I would also love it.
No,
Do you
this
know
is
what I
fun.
mean?
This is fun. Okay. So, immediately as you crack off this large portion of weave, managing to get just barely enough leverage to even cause this shattering effect, a huge blast of light just kind of shatters from that portion before you can even begin to think about swinging this thing as a bat. It just explodes into 1,000 pieces, absolutely decimating the entire floor of this chamber. And the other side of this tower, like, you know how there's already one half of this wall that's just been blasted out where you can see the outside world? Almost the entire other half just also gets completely blasted out, revealing the cloudy sky instead. And the entire tower begins collapsing upon you. You, however, are falling through the floor as you get knocked backward, and you are completely stunned for the next round. You
Okay.
are not able to do anything just from the sheer sensory overload, and you just go unconscious immediately. And you-
Sensory overlord?
Yes, the overlord of your sense. And you're just unconscious
Manjack used
at this
shotgun.
moment, falling into wherever the hole leads.
Awesome.
Yep. So, QZ, you and Gohan are trying to run back the way you've come, and you just hear an earth-shattering, stone-crunching explosion behind you, and Gohan just goes, "That doesn't sound good," mumbling as
I
you're
agree.
running away from.
You keep going.
Yeah, as you're running away from these.
I'm trying to take it over now.
Sorry. I hadn't finished saying everything I wanted to, man. So yeah, the
Okay.
ground is rumbling beneath you. You just hear stone falling, and this tower is really tall, really big, and it's coming down.
Awesome.
I can't obviously demonstrate that.
Yep. I agree,
Yeah,
Gohan.
guys, it's 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna head out. I love cliffhangers, though. Is that okay?
Mhm.
I
Fine with that.
actually wanted to go longer at this session if that's possible, but that's fine if it's not.
Okay,
We
well,
can-
I can try to stay a little bit extra.
It's
I just
fine.
have homework to do.
It's fine. We can pick this up next time because obviously
Why
it is
don't we
not gonna
let
be-
me finish my turn?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
saying let them both continue theirs because they're in a different place than me.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not gonna be for much longer.
Yeah, we'll end it in a minute or so. Let's just have Pumpkin finish his turn and then
So-
we can all end it together.
So yeah, I say to Gohan, I agree. You keep going, and then I turn back around and go back to see if Mama Swizzle or Ananias were okay.
Okay. So you turn around just in time to see basically the catwalk kind of in front of you just begin crumbling into dust and falling into a series
Or
of
jump
stones.
over it.
There is no ground to jump to at this point. It's just a rock slide, an avalanche of doom
I
rapidly
run up the
approaching.
rock slide.
What would you like to do? If you want to commit suicide, you are more than welcome to.
Okay, well,
Not more
if
than
you're saying
welcome
that
to.
it's
Sorry,
just
that sounded.
if you're saying that it's just that horrible, like the
there
entire
isn't a
thing
walkway
is.
anymore. There isn't a floor. There isn't a doorway. It's
Is
just
there a tower still?
no. It's
No, it's just all falling down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Qzeth will kind of I mean, obviously there's going to be a pile of rubble. Can I like jump across to the pile of rubble to try and like begin searching?
If you wait for a moment for it to settle down
Yeah,
and
for it
stop
to, like, settle
collapsing,
down.
because this was like hundreds of feet tall of a tower, and it was all kind of crumbling and falling apart. As
Can't
it
let me
was-
be a cool anime guy
if you
running
really
on
wanna-
falling things,
if you want
jumping
to,
up
you
rocks
can,
as they fall
but
downwards,
you might
defying
die.
physics.
Like the amount of dice rolls.
No, I'll wait for a second until it's like just like stopped and immediately like jump upon something that seems the most secure.
Yeah, I'll say if you're even standing like on this pillar, it would probably get
Mhm.
knocked down by the pile of rocks kind of falling. So
Mhm.
you would probably have to have moved back pretty far in order to avoid the chaos. But then once it
Yeah.
finally stops, it would be a huge it would just fill this entire area. This would be like a basin for all the stones to pile up, and then it would become a pile of rocks almost as tall as these towers themselves.
Yeah.
That's a lot of rocks.
It is a lot of rocks, but you do see poking out of the pile all kinds of interesting items as well. Instead of just rocks, there's a couple glinting items that catch your eye. Apparently, were passed over.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So I jumped down there. Was Mama
Oh.
Swizzle was in front of us? Or did I see where Mama Swizzle went?
You didn't see where I went, and I wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention to where you went. I went downstairs, you went back where we came from.
Yeah. What's
And,
the O, EJ?
trying to think of how much weight a stone ceiling of a cavern could support.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Hmm.
It's possible that cavern
It's not
got
like
caved
we've
in.
added more weight.
The weight hasn't changed, but
Distribution.
it's been a big kinetic force all at
Mhm.
once. I think the cavern stays intact, but it's close.
That's
So,
impressive.
Mama Swizzle, as you're in this cavern, you just hear a thunderous kind of, and we'll get to you later. So yeah, Qzeth, you're still being chased by those shadows as you get to the bridge.
There's
but
no more walls.
they kind of got knocked down into the pile. So as you're now looking at a pile of rubble, you kind of see two wisps of smoke kind of suck down and dissolve into the pile where they are no longer seen. Are you still wanting to just, as your first action, go to the pile and try to dig through it, or
Yep.
what? Okay.
Well, try and like scan across it to see if I can see Ananias or Mama Swizzle.
Okie dokie.
If I see like a cloak or something for Ananias.
And I
feathers for Mama Swizzle.
think that is where we will pick up next week.
Can I roll perception so that I know if I can see them or
Yeah,
not?
sure. May as well. I mean,
Alrighty.
obviously you won't, because neither Mama Swizzle nor Ananias are in the pile per se.
But I mean, I'm not just like only looking in the pile. So that's a 9 plus 4, 13.
13. Cat just sent 1,000 plus signs again. I will say you do not see your friends. Evidence of
Okay.
them. Not on the surface of the pile, at least.
Yeah.
But
And then I'll
you-
continue my search later.
Yeah, you do notice other interesting shinies. Perhaps.
Sure.
Mama
Do you
Swizzle
I'm
know
not
has
a rogue,
Soren
though,
is
so-
obsessed with dice? Apparently my cat is too.
That's awesome. Well, thank you all so much for coming out to this D&D session. I hope you enjoy the spookaciousness and the chaos that you have caused. I'm excited.
You okay?
I said
She was
spooky.
stretching.
So yeah,
Yeah.
hope everyone has a good sleep and a good night and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
See you next
And all
time.
that jazz.
Was fun.
Thank you, EJ. Very well today. Very creative. I enjoyed it.
Good.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
You too, with
Keep up
your
the good work.
breaking the
Poor shadows
fabric of
with
reality.
their feet tied to the wall.
Mm.
You can count on me to break your campaign.
Mhm.
Now imagine having both Cat and Izzy in your campaign.
Oh my gosh.
No.
That campaign wouldn't last long.
It would not be his campaign. It would be our campaign.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, it already is your campaign. You guys have changed the direction of the story many times, and continuing to do so every time.
Always a campaign, though, never a champagne.
Mm. Well, that's
Yo.
for the end when we celebrate.
Facts. Whoa, I yelled. Facts. Hey, I'll get you a champagne.
I don't drink, but I would appreciate it anyway.
What? They don't have non-alcoholic champagnes?
I don't know,
They
but
do.
I don't imagine I would like it anyway.
They do. Well, there's a couple different types. There's like
Like
the
grape
sweet
juice?
ones that are just like apple juice, grape juice that are just like look like champagne but are just fruit juices with bubbles.
Yeah, that's what I drink.
And then there's fake alcohol, which
No, but
is trying to taste like alcohol but
Yeah,
has
but that's
had
not
the
good.
alcohol removed.
like that's the whole
Some
point.
people think that's
The
very
whole point
good.
of alcohol is not for the taste of alcohol, I'm pretty sure.
Some people really like the taste of alcohol.
Really? Like your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You like the taste of alcohol, Ray?
Some people do.
Yep.
Yeah. EJ Cat, I don't think Ray's in the server. In the Red Sky server, if you're interested, there's a vote going on, deciding whether or not I will get a super high rank so that I can change the name of one
Where
of
is
the other
it?
Red Sky, the Discord Red Sky.
Yeah, but where is
In-
it?
I'm continuing. Under text channels, it is vote for fun. It's do I allow at Pumpkin to a super high rank so you can change the name of at Kate username to something silly like Baby Driver, or do I rank at Pumpkin down to Deckhand and let Kate rule supreme? So you could vote on that either way you wanted to. But I think it would be fun to get more votes in.
Interesting.
Currently it's been tied. Oh, don't
Nope,
add
not
don't
anymore.
add a
I
fake
voted.
bread. Don't add a fake bread. That's gonna get you kicked out.
What is happening?
It's a different type of bread.